Hello friends, today we will discuss a very important topic for UPSC Prelims, that is sects of Buddhism. A very important topic. This video may get a bit technical but it will ensure full coverage of a very important topic. इससे 2 नंबर का क्वेश्चन बन सकता है. Do not avoid it. It is very important. We will have a very comprehensive coverage. इसके बाद nothing will be left. Okay? So let's start. Just to give you a feel of how much important it is, this is a PYQ of 2020. ठीक है, UPSC has asked with reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. Sthavirvadins belong to Mahayana Buddhism. Lokottarvadin sect was an offshoot of Mahasangika sect of Buddhism. And the third statement was the deification of Buddha by Mahasangika fostered Mahayana Buddhism. Okay. At the end of this lecture, you will know what was the answer of this question. Now, you all must be knowing the basic division of Buddhism, that is Mahayana, Hinayana or Theravada. Okay, so this is the basic division between the Buddhism. Okay, as a whole, as a philosophy कह लो, religion कह लो. When it started, it was a philosophy, then it became a religion. Now Hinayana or Theravada believed that Buddha is nothing but a Buddha जो है हमारे Buddha is a human, is a man like us. Hinayana believed that Buddha is a human like us. But Mahayana made Buddha a transcendental, the person who doesn't depend on time, temporal है, हर समय में, eternal, अनंत काल के लिए, absolute, and saves all of us. तो एक they made him a godly figure. Okay. Hinayana में they believed in arhats और महायाना में they believed in bodhisattva. Okay, so the basic difference between an arhat and bodhisattva is कि arhat ने enlightenment ले लिया, arhat attained enlightenment and निर्वाणा लेके वो जो ये बर्थ एंड रीबर्थ का साइकिल है उससे बाहर हो गए. इज आउट फ्रॉम दिस, इज आउट फ्रॉम द बर्थ एंड रीबर्थ साइकिल. बोधिसत्वा दो ही अटेन्ड इनलाइटनमेंट स्टिल लिव्ड ऑन अर्थ फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ अदर्स. यही एक बेसिक डिफरेंस है अरहत और बोधिसत्वा में. थेरावाद जो थे वो बिलीव करते थे अरहत्स में या हिनायाना बोल लो, एंड महायाना बिलीव्ड इन बोधिसत्वा. ओके, इतना आपको समझ आ गया होगा. अब आगे देखते हैं. लेट्स रीड अ बिट मोर अबाउट थेरावाद, है ना, और हिनायाना, मतलब जिसको लेसर व्हीकल भी बोलते हैं. ओके, इट इज अ ऑर्थोडॉक्स फॉर्म ऑफ बुद्धिज्म. क्यों ऑर्थोडॉक्स है? लिटरल सेंस में व्हाटएवर बुद्धा सेड, बुद्धा ने जो भी कहा, whatever his teaching was, literal sense में it was taken by थेरावाद. थेरावाद ने उनको literal sense में ले लिया. Okay, you need to understand this. Then इन्होंने emphasize किया on personal liberation through meditation and discipline. They do not believe in this collective nirvana concept of bodhisattva. They used to think that suffering is to be escaped from by analysis and scholarly efforts. ठीक है, तो ये बहुत इंडिविजुअल और बहुत लिटरल रखते थे द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ निर्वाणा को. दे वर नॉट ट्राइंग टू मेक इट वेरी ह्यूमन and they used to follow original teachings. That's why they are orthodox, na? Because they were taking all the words said by Buddha in a literal manner. The Pali Canon. Pali Canon, you must be knowing, the canonical text. The three Pitakas. The three Pitakas. क्या होते हैं three Pitakas? Vinaya Pitaka, पता होगा, Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Okay? Ideal is Arhat, liberated individual, as I explained you. And Arhat, जो enlightenment they attain by doing no evil. कोई गलत काम नहीं. Following eightfold path of Buddha. And they also believe that it is very difficult to achieve. Very few will achieve. This was what they thought. It was spread by Ashoka to Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. That you need to remember. Okay? Concept clear हो गया होगा. Theravada and का और भी details हैं. They believed in four noble truths and noble eightfold path. है ना, आपको पता होगा right speech. थोड़ा याद आ रहा है? Right speech, action, याद आया? All this, ना? 8 virtues थे. They believed in karma and rebirth. Okay? And Vipassana, आपने नाम सुना होगा. Vipassana is something which was started by Hinayana, है ना? And jhana meditation. इन दोनों में they believe a lot. Jhana meditation and Vipassana. मोनेस्टिक डिसिप्लिन जो है सेंट्रल होता है. मोनेस्ट्री होती है वेयर मॉन्क्स लिव. ओके, एंड देयर इज अ डेफिनेट ऑर्डर how they gonna live, how they gonna worship, how their conduct should be. The Vinaya Pitaka deals with this monastic order. Okay. Naturally, they are orthodox, so the discipline will be very tight. Now, this Theravada has been subdivided in other sects as well, like Sarvastivada. Sarvastivada is the first type. All dharma exist in past, present and future. जो धर्मा है ये तीनों फेज में एग्जिस्ट करता है. पास्ट, योर पास्ट कर्मा, योर प्रेजेंट कर्मा, योर फ्यूचर. इन ऑल थ्री फेजेस. ये किसका मानना था? सर्वस्तिवादा. द सेकेंड इज वैभाषिका. वैभाषिका इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ थेरावादा. इट focuses on detailed Abhidhamma philosophy. Last one was Abhidhamma Pitaka. Abhidhamma Pitaka. So what happened ना, जो बुद्धा की कोर फिलॉसफी थी, इसका philosophical explanation was given in Abhidhamma Pitaka. So Vaibhashika used to follow detailed Abhidhamma philosophy. The third one was Sautantrika. Sautantrika. They used to focus on Sutta Pitaka and they were a reaction to Vaibhashika. देखो जो स्टार्ट हुआ ना वो सुत्त पिताका था. सुत्त पिताका में everything has been mentioned as it is. Abhidhamma में there have been an analysis. Sutta में whatever the speeches etc. Buddha made, it has been given in a literal manner. So naturally it was a kind of reaction to Vaibhashika that you are following a kind of analysis not in the literal manner. So there was a reaction as Sautantrika emerged. Okay, clear होगा अभी तक? Everything is clear? More are there. The next one is Sthaviravada. Sthaviravada. It is a root school emphasized on arhatship. अभी हमने we had discussed about the concept of arhat. Arhat means enlightened, attained nirvana, free from cycle of birth and rebirth. Concept clear है यहाँ तक? Next was Vibhajyavada. They were the compilers of Pali canon, basis of modern Theravada. इन्होंने ही compile किया था विभज्यवादा ने. Whatever I had told ना, तीन पिताकास हमारे होते हैं ना, विनय, Sutta was first, then Vinaya, then Abhidhamma. They were the compiler of these canons. And you modern Theravada, जो what we see in today's era was a result of Vibhajyavada. And then there is Samitya. They differentiated Buddha's core and interpretative teaching. मैंने बोला था interpretations जो है ना, the interpretations or analysis are given in Abhidhamma Pitaka. The Mahayana will be more focused on this interpretative teachings, but Samitya differentiated कि क्या बुद्धा के core philosophy and what we are interpreting. Okay. Now we will see the Mahayana or a greater vehicle. Mahayana or greater vehicle. See, as I discussed before, that they believe that Buddha is transcendental, eternal, absolute, saves all of us. Okay, तो उन्होंने क्या बना दिया उनको? God. They made him God. Something otherworldly. कोई और बुद्धा नहीं बन सकता है. When he was a human, like Hinayana believed, then others can also become Buddha. Okay. Emerged in 1st century BCE, and they emphasized on the concept of bodhisattva. ये nirvana लेके they could have escaped the world, but they delay nirvana to help others. है ना? You must have read the concept of bodhisattva, है ना? Manjusri, etc. Then they were patronized by Harshvardhana, है ना? Very prominent ruler. Okay. They were spread to China, Korea, Japan, Vietnam, mostly Southeast Asia में this was spread. And there is another concept which is associated with them is paramitas. ये क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है. Do read about it. The concept has been attached with the Mahayana Buddhism. Paramitas. Another PYQ. Do read about it. A task for you. Okay. ठीक. Now let's see other things. Believed in universal enlightenment. बोला ना, they made it the concept of Buddhism more collective. Oh, that was more individualistic. Hinayana वगैरह. Scriptures यहाँ पे थोड़े नए आते हैं. Lotus Sutra and Heart Sutra. Very, very, very important. Very, very important. इसको बिल्कुल ही क्रैम कर लेना. Okay. Compassion and wisdom are central. है ना? तभी तो इनके जो the bodhisattvas are there ना. In that also some are associated with wisdom, some are associated with compassion. Okay. Includes lay followers more than Theravada. Naturally, it became more spread and more wide, etc. Okay. Now let's see the sects. चलो sects देखते हैं. The first one is Madhyamaka, जिनको we also say शून्यवाद, founded by Nagarjuna, focuses on middle path. Very, very important. Madhyamaka school, जिसे हम शून्यवाद भी बोलते हैं, it was founded by Nagarjuna, focuses on middle path. Middle path मतलब मध्यम मार्ग means we should not go into the excesses. Excess क्या होता है? एक excess हो गया कि you are too docile. The another is, ठीक है, you are too aggressive. Middle में रहना. Money is important, okay, but too much greed is also not important. Okay, should not be there. बीच में हो. That's middle path. The second sect is Yogacara, जिसे we also say Vajrayana. इसमें the concept is that mind only idealism focus on consciousness. अपने अंदर का meditation का the core part is chetana, consciousness. We all have a consciousness, something transcendental, something not bodily, something which is core of our human characteristic is consciousness, and Yogacara focuses on that. The other schools are Jain Buddhism. It is a sub-school of Mahayana Buddhism. Focuses on meditation-based enlightenment. Meditation से ही enlightenment मिलेगा. Known as Chan, China में फैल गया था. Son in Korea, Zen in Japan. Okay, the Zen Buddhism spread in Southeast Asia basically. इनके 3 names हैं that you need to remember. Then Vajrayana में क्या हुआ ना, Buddhism plus Tantricism was already prevalent, specifically in the medieval era, and our Atharva Veda, which was earlier not considered as Veda also, because it contained spells, charms, ठीक है. So बुद्धिज्म जब तांत्रिसिज्म से मिल गया और शक्तिज्म से मिल गया ना, बेसिकली तांत्रिसिज्म इज मोर रिलेटेड टू शक्तिज्म, तो शक्तिज्म से मिल गया तो इसमें मंत्रास, रिचुअल्स, तंत्रा, एवरीथिंग गॉट इन्वॉल्व्ड. एम वाज इनलाइटनमेंट इन वन लाइफ टाइम, एक लाइफ में ही इनलाइटनमेंट मिल जाए, साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ रिबर्थ नहीं रहे. बिकॉज इफ यू हैव रेड जातका स्टोरी ऑफ बुद्धा टुक lots of birth and then got enlightened. It is practiced in Tibet, Bhutan, Nepal and Mongolia. Okay. Then Navayana Buddhism is something which was founded by the father of Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. So what happened when he decided that I have to go out of Hinduism, since the very scripture is authorizing the superiority of certain caste, so he wanted to annihilate caste by rejecting this scripture. Once it was not possible, he decided to join Buddhism, and the Buddhism which was started by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a Navayana Buddhism. Nava means new vehicle. Modern Buddhist reform movement focuses on social justice, caste abolition. Okay, it was started by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Recap कर लेते हैं ना फटाफट से. Theravada में arhat is ideal, strict discipline, literal sense में everything is taken. Mahayana में the more focus is on compassion, bodhisattva is ideal, and they are more focused on collective enlightenment. Vajrayana mein there is tantra plus rituals. Zen focuses on meditation. Navayana focuses on reform and equality. Okay, so I hope all the concepts that I have discussed must be clear. If you are liking the content, you should subscribe and like this video, and you can share with other students as well. More videos will come in which I will explain only those topics which are very, very favorite of UPSC, and it will help you a lot in clearing prelims. Thank you very much. Take care. Best wishes.